Dreams are reality's piece. Blow steam in the face of the beast. The sky can fall down, the wind can cry now. The strong in me, I still smile. I love myself. The world is a ghetto with big guns and dickies. I love myself, but they can do what they want whenever they want.
Show. Welcome to Phoenix Rising, everybody.
What up?
We are here today with Roman. And how do you pronounce the last part? Is it just
Novi?
Okay. And where did you get that from?
My last name is made up. I remember I was doing an acting gig about 3 months ago at ASU. The teacher was going off on this lecture and I was like, I wasn't paying attention at all. And I was thinking about like, man, I really need a cool last name. And she's like, oh yes, I was born in Michigan, Novi, Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, and she's like, if you put a period in the middle of the O and the V, it makes it look like number 6. So I was like, oh, Roman number 6. And I was like, I got it.
And were you sitting in class and you had this epiphany?
I really did.
Do people pronounce it correctly when they meet you?
No one.
No one.
It's
no.
Everyone says Novi.
Novi, so it's Novi.
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 Novi. Say it with me. Like I feel like I'm in
Are you ready?
Can you say it with me?
Novi. So the reason why I'm with Roman today is because we actually met during the Live 105 auditions back in January. We did our audition tapes. We stood in line for the live audition. I approached the line and then he approached me and I was like, hi. And the next thing you know, we ended up talking the whole time while we were waiting. And it wasn't even like cold. We were just in the shade. So we got to know each other pretty well. And that's why we're here. We haven't actually, I think we've hung out a couple times, twice.
But we clicked as soon as we met. We were like buddies, right?
Exactly.
That was a good time.
You gotta look at the elbow. It's a science. We connected. We've only hung out twice because he is such a busy man. Like, the fact that I'm just so happy that you're here sitting with me because I've been wanting to get to know your story and allowing people to know your story too that you want to share. So I'm just so happy that you're here and I really appreciate that you took the time out to be interviewed. The first question is, let's just get the short version as to why you came to Arizona because I know that you weren't born here. So even the short version, how that came about.
Really? It was just a better life. My parents bust their butts off like really like no other. And in California it won't show. We were living in a trailer park, you know, we would go to Mexico like 3 days out of the week and like I would see them busting their butts off and it seemed like we didn't have much. I felt like I had enough. You know, you're a kid, like they looked at some houses down here. We didn't really know we're moving. And it was hot.
Wait, what part of California?
I was in San Diego. So they made the decision to come over here and man, I felt like such a pimp when I got here. I had a big old house. I was running. Yeah, floor. It felt cool. Well, I moved here when I was 14. So I wasn't really doing much. I was just skateboarding. I was just a kid skateboarding and going to school. It wasn't until I met my friend Melissa. School wasn't... We're not going to talk about school. It just wasn't my thing. So I saw that there was an audition for this performance troupe that goes to like underprivileged schools. But Lisa was there and she started playing the piano while we were rehearsing. And I had an idea. I was like, let's make music. I was like, the world's ours. Let's make music. And she's like, I don't know. I was like, no, it's okay. I'll get you in the studio. I've never even been to a studio. But like, I would just say things and I would want to make them happen. If I said something, I had to make it happen. So I was like, I'll get you in a studio. And she's like, really? I would look up like any kind of studios that were like in town. I lived in Surprise, so it was bars and everything. We started performing on the streets, quinceañeras, like little anything. And then we started just connecting with everyone. I would take a 3-hour bus ride from Surprise to Scottsdale so I could scrub the toilets in the studio and be like, hey, if I work the whole week, can I get like a 30-minute lesson? And so I did that for a few years. And it was very, very slow. What I need people to understand is that it took like 5 years of doing this. So we're sleeping in like the car, just trying to like get to each gig. It was hard, but I enjoyed every bit of it. It wasn't like, oh, I hate my life. But yeah, we started writing country music, then R&B music, hip-hop. And then Lisa and I went to Berkeley, and Lisa fell apart. She did not want to do music anymore. And I was like, what am I going to do?
What am I going to do with my partner?
No, yeah. But it was okay. She had to do her own thing. And I'm going to fast forward to my heartbreak a few months ago. I had a serious girlfriend. She broke my heart. Ooh, it was my first,
It's always the first one.
Oh God, I don't want to think about that right now.
And it lasts through all of the relationships.
Oh, but thanks to her though, I had so much drive because Leslie didn't want to do anything. And I lost my girl, and I was like, screw it, man. And so I picked up a camera, Lisa's dad's camera. I was like, hey, can I borrow your camera?